He literally got the most expensive lawyer in
Also,
this
again,
field
paying for
who
five.
exclusively makes sure that your PR is spared. He has said precisely, I don't care if I lose this. I can't lose in the court of public opinion. That's more important. I don't care about losing in court. I don't want to lose in the court of public opinion. He has said this verbatim. And now he's complaining about Pixie.
I don't even think Destiny has 15 million in liquid cash. Like, what the fuck? You're gonna ask for 15 million? How like Destiny does not have that much in liquid cash. There's no shot. I don't even think his net worth is that much. No, he for sure does. No shot.
Doing a PR thing.
What?
You can bend with the United States to help pay off the national debt. Bezed. Is there any downside for them doing this? Theoretically, the downside is court costs and reputation. Pixie has no reputation, and I think that they're working pro bono. Or it's a family.
Wait, what was that?
Is there any downside for them doing this?
Is there any downside? Publicizing the case, spending a bunch of money on lawyers. Yeah, there's a bunch of down.
No, there's no way. Like, I mean, he saves money, but I don't think he makes us. No, he can't pay off 15 million, dude. That'll actually like fucking destroy him. Not destroy him, but like that's enough to cripple him to some degree. Like that's crazy. 15
All of
million.
all of the online harassment she's getting, basically
cash,
a ton of
yeah.
her fan base are people who are fans of Destiny first and her second, right? She's been
Like you would have to liquidate assets if he has any assets. Bro, he's been saving money and making a shit ton for 10 plus years. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I see some people speculating online he definitely doesn't have more than 10 million.
basically saying, okay, well, the whole influencing thing I was kind of working on, I'm willing to throw that away, right? There are a bunch of downsides for her. Are they as steep as Steven's downsides? Maybe not.
Theoretically, the downside is court costs and reputation. Pixie has no reputation, and
She absolutely has a reputation that you've been sullying all over the internet. The fuck are you saying?
I think that they're working pro
guess
bono.
I
Or it's
guess
a
he
family
does
friend, is my guess.
do stocks.
Working
He does
pro
do
bono.
stock trading. To be
Evidence,
fair. If he's
evidence.
good at it, then yeah.
He keeps saying Joan Schlump Peters is a family friend. Evidence, anything showing this, any reason to believe this, anything, and literally any evidence would be nice.
So
He's saying Joan's a family friend. He said that the whole time.
do you think that their goal is to just survive the trial and hope a jury sympathizes with Pixie more than they might be swayed by the emotional shit? Not to sound like an asshole, but the problem is that the real world is not like...
Oh, this guy who's also tweeting about doing secret recordings and shit, tweeting about kids, like sexualizing dead kids.
How the fuck is Pixie affording this many emotions? Yeah, which makes me think that this is a lawyer that has a hard-on against Destiny. That, like, this lawyer is basically doing this on purpose to also spite Destiny. Like, this lawyer is, like, basically an anti-fan, if that makes sense. Is Jstlk obsessed with Destiny? What's going on here? He's absolutely obsessed with Destiny, and he is basically trying to hardcore always defend Pixie's case. Essentially, he still thinks like even the people who are against Destiny right now, like even then they think that the case is like a complete racket, you know, even if they're against Destiny. But Jstlk is like still fucking standing his ground because he has his fucking stake in it, right?
It's not to be an asshole. Guys, I know I just tweeted about how funny it was that those Texas kids died, but like not to be an asshole. Not to be an asshole, guys.
What?
This sounds so mean to say. I don't mean to be mean like that.
Okay. It's almost as if you're trying to make a political statement for political efficacy, and that is separate from you actually being an asshole interpersonally? Or maybe you're just saying that because it's sarcastic? Okay, alright, man. Whatever.
Yes. But the real world is not the same as the online world. Like in the real world...
Oh,
even if
tell me
I
more about
was
the real world, Destiny. Tell me more about the real
He's
world,
mobbing
Destiny.
so hard.
This is who I come to for my takes about the real world. The guy who looks like he has muscular dystrophy. 100%.
What you see in Destiny, I'll never understand Foodshops. I mean, I'll be honest, okay? If I watched... Okay, not Brittany Simon. I was gonna bring up Brittany Simon. If I watched the Hank brothers, okay? Okay, the Hank brothers are too good, so I need someone more controversial. Okay, let's just say if I watched Keemstar for 10 years, okay? Or 5 years. How long have I watched Destiny? 7 years? 6 years or so? Yeah, 6 years or so. then you kind of just stick through it, okay? All right. Some people have been long time.
Real world takes coming in from Destiny right now. I honestly doubt he's able to lift these rifles.
Is at fault? Like, women are hardcore slut shamed still in the real world. Like, a jury is probably going to be more sympathetic to me than they are to her.
I
know
heavy,
everybody has this fantasy.
Heavy.
In mind of,
You think
they're
so?
gonna see this guy as a fucking monster, blah, blah, blah. But they're not going to see that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to see that? I advise Destiny to show up to court, okay? Because the sex offender aura coming off of you with this haircut and goatee is astronomical, okay? They can detect this from Mars. Your sex offender aura is crazy with this comb over, okay? Do you think we can't recognize the Hitler haircut, bro? Just because you got a goatee instead of the little pencil mustache? We recognize the Hitler haircut. I don't know why you thought this was a good look. I don't know why you thought this was a good idea.
All right, Jstlk, post face. Post face. Listen, you can roast Destiny's looks all you want, okay? Whatever. I can roast Destiny's looks, okay? I can, because I post face. But you can't just say that and not post face, okay? Making Destiny dig it up for you, all right? That's unhinged.
All right? But you look disconcerting. The average person, when they look at you, they get like an uncanny valley feeling. The jury will absolutely feel that. I'm very excited for this to go to trial, okay?
Okay, I wouldn't say uncanny valley feeling. I feel like Destiny... Okay, fuck, this is gonna sound hella gay, okay? Because I watched Destiny for such a long time, for me at the very least, like, Destiny's face is like one of the most familiar things to me. Even more than my own father, okay? Alright? Yes, he is my daddy, okay? But the point is that, like, yeah, I mean, like, I can recognize, like, I can see a little fucking brown, like, fucking dot in the distance. I'm like, Daddy? Daddy? You know? I'm like, that's Destiny, for sure, okay?
I'm very excited.
They're going to see, oh, there's a girl who recorded videos with a guy where she sent videos of her and her boyfriend fucking to this guy, and he sent videos of him and his wife fucking to this girl, and, you know, they've been doing all this shit trading around.
Trading around? No, not trading around. Hold on. Dude, from the very beginning, this has been the story. Pixie shared with her boyfriend. You said, I believe Destiny said this. I tell girls that Melina has access to my stuff, so, like, she'll probably see anything that gets sent to me. He said this himself. That doesn't mean you have, because you say, oh, my wife has access to my stuff, so she might see this shit. That doesn't mean you have license to share it to whoever you want. Just like Pixie, when she tells you she's doing this because her boyfriend's, like, into it or whatever the fuck, right? That doesn't mean you have opportunity to share it with whoever. That doesn't make any sense.
And then she's like, you really think a jury's going to say, like, oh my God, this is, like, horrible. Like, this is like an online position of, like, everybody is a gaslighter. Most people...
What?
Then she's like, you really think a jury's going to say, like, oh my God, this is...
Well, Jstlk, he's talking about you and your server, okay? Which bans dissent for anything regarding challenging their positions or, you know, anything, at least from what I've heard, okay? It's always been consistent that people have personally been, like, banned by Jstlk or some shit for pissing him off, all right, by mentioning anything that is remotely pro-Destiny or in defense of Destiny or steel-manning his position, all right? So it's not even... And people are just banned for, like, 14 fucking days off of, like, one comment, okay, or some shit, all right? Like, it's not even close to what we do here. Or anything like that. Dude, we keep listen, in my server at the very least, okay, we just keep, like, the most fucking infuriating motherfuckers around, okay? The active anti-fans of Destiny sometimes, alright? But listen, okay, you just, like, whatever it is, it's a fucking hug box. That's what it is. It's a hug box for Cherry, alright?
It's, like, horrible. Like, this is like an online position of, like, everybody is a gaslighter. Most people, especially, like, older people, Gen Xers and older, are going to look at it and be like, oh, wow, these are some fucking horny, stupid kids. These are some crazy, wacky kids doing...
No, that's not. It's not going to look like that. And by the way, what they're also going to do is they're going to take all the tweets where you're making fun of Pixie killing herself or making fun of Pixie saying you like record things secretly. They're going to look at all of these tweets. They're going to look at her crying, and they're going to look at you looking like a pedophile, not actually a pedophile, just looking like a pedophile, and they're going to sympathize with her. Obviously, you're barely human, and most people will be able to pick that up from you immediately that you are barely human.
Doing some stupid shit.
He's barely human, says the fucking Burger King Jstlk avatar. Okay, dude.
These are just some crazy kids doing some crazy shit.
I feel like Jstlk is parodying himself.
He's sounding like one.
It has to be.
Yeah, dude, that's actually breaking his chat. Kids, Unk pushing 40, mind you. That's bad enough when he refers to himself as a kid that his own chat's gonna go, yo,
Bro, you know what? It's time to destigmatize aging, okay? Fuck this aging shit, alright? Streamers are getting old, okay? Whatever, man. Alright? You know what? I love making fun. I love making fun of people getting old, okay? I say that Hassan's like pushing 50 or some shit, okay? But to people, only to people I like, okay? Only to people I like, we should destigmatize aging, okay? Fuck, you can still look cool and you can be old at the same time. I've seen a lot of like cool as fuck, well-adjusted. Listen, dude, everyone knows that Ghislaine Maxwell looks awesome, okay? Like this girl is slaying at the age of like 50 to 60, okay? She looks good, okay? She fucking rocks that short hair, all right? Listen, you can be against like child rape, whatever the fuck all you want, okay? But like, dude, just like she has, listen, okay?
believe you on everything else. You're totally being persecuted here, but like,
okay, I don't know where you're getting the fat honkers part, okay?
Don't refer to yourself as a kid, okay? With that haircut and that goatee, do not refer to yourself as a kid. Buh.
The optics are not
How can you ever go to
lit.
trial in federal court when the subject matter jurisdiction isn't even there? Well, they're trying to... Abby lets them push the subject matter jurisdiction issue by saying that we have somebody...
It's not just Abby that lets them push the subject matter jurisdiction issue, right? Subject matter, what is it? If you file for summary judgment...
Is it ethical to motorboat a child predator? No. What? I'm against capital punishment.
Basically, there have to be no facts in contention anymore. There obviously are facts in contention, right? The fucking question his chat asks are so funny. They're obvious with the bias, yes. But I don't think that's the only thing that pushes it. There's still like a factual dispute that might have to be argued before a jury about the timestamps. Now, I personally think that's insane.
Also, this Asian shit, you know what? There's another thing I have to say about aging, okay? Asian bitches be hot until they hit like 45. Then it's fucking over, alright? The moment you hit menopause, like at like 50 or so, I don't fucking know, okay? Whenever you hit menopause as an Asian girl, okay? It's over. It's fucking Jover for you, okay? Listen. You will become the most shriveled up little grandma the world has ever seen, okay? While all of your past photos is just like a fucking gorgeous, like a gorgeous Asian woman, okay? Yellow fever attractor, okay? But now, look at you now, okay? Look at you now.
I personally think it's obvious that the timestamps are when they are, okay? But there's also, what is there? There's one other thing.
Look, 13 reasons why yourself when you're still young, okay? At least you'll die looking good.
There's the idea of continuous publishing. That might have to be heard in front of a judge with all of the relevant facts presented, right? With arguments. So, like, those aren't the only things that keep this case going. There are still many facts in dispute here.
Somebody who's willing to testify that he sent her a video in 2023 or whatever. That's her testimony. Now, how is a judge... The question will come down to...
Her testimony is, he sent me a video in 2023. I don't have the logs of him sending me the video, but I do have the logs of me describing the video at question in this trial to people in 2023 after he sent it to me. So that is the best I can do, but that's, I hope, enough for you guys to consider like letting this case go to trial. Or
Okay,
I hope that's like, I hope this is valuable to you.
For a summary judgment, the question will come down to whether or not a judge looks at that and says,
Foodshops, wait until you're like old like us, okay? Mid-30s, mid-40s. Joke's on you, okay? I've always been old, okay? I was never in my prime.
there's an actual factual material
There's no such
dispute.
thing.
There's a material dispute in fact that technically can only be resolved in front of a jury or judge if it's a bench or a judge trial. But I don't know how conservative or how liberal, not like in a political sense, like judges look at evidence like that. That alleged transmission to Abby wasn't connected to the leaks that resulted on Kiwi Farms, right? Correct.
No.
Yeah, and then there's the whole question of even like damages because
Destiny, how can this case go to trial when all of these people are lying about you? How does a judge not dismiss this out of hand? It's so clear they're all working against you. Destiny, please tell me how come you haven't filed your countersuits yet, Destiny? They're all working against you. It's a conspiracy. They're defaming you. Destiny, why aren't your countersuits firing off already?
fuck, I can't. I want to read the transcript. When they go over at the end of the hearing, because they're trying to argue for why they also have the cybersexual harassment thing included, and then the judge is arguing with them about foreseeability, and the judge is like, well, how is it that you can say this person did this with like malicious intent? And like, well, anytime you send a video like that, you have to accept that it could end up online.
That would be a really stupid argument. I don't know why her lawyers would have made that argument. That's obviously a retarded argument.
And then the judge is like, isn't that exactly what your client did? and they're like, well,
there's no way. So that is true. That would be really bad. If Pixie's lawyers just stopped arguing there, that would be very, very, very embarrassing, no? Because realistically, the next question is like, okay, so she sent it to her boyfriend, her long...
Just FYI, it's like almost impossible to defend Pixie at this point if she doesn't even want the transcript to be released, okay? Fuck all this shit about like protecting the victims or whatever the fuck, okay? I want content. If it's at the expense of so-called victims, then so be it, okay? Dude, kids in Gaza dying, don't care. I want my content, okay? Like, people in the United States dying, I don't care. I want my content, okay? I just want my content, alright? That's all I want, okay? It's just
long-term boyfriend, her only other partner, right? With your permission. And you shared it with your wife or had it in somewhere where your wife could see it with her permission. How did you know that you could trust this other person, right? What made you trust this other person?
The economy?
Destiny? Could you describe what made you trust this other person? Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, can we talk about like why you decided to share a bunch of these things with a 19-year-old that you didn't age verify, that you admit in your own DMs you didn't age verify, could have been under 18, that you actually, in DMs to people, were very concerned that they were under 18 and how that would be the thing that would majorly sink you out of this entire drama, right? How did you come to trust them that this wouldn't be sent, right? Because he's arguing about foreseeability, correct? Well, the foreseeability thing on just sending a video, that would be stupid. But what about sending a video to an 18-year-old, 17 or 18-year-old, or 19-year-old who you've never met in real life, had never had a conversation with? Right? Had never had a phone call conversation with. What about the foreseeability of sending it to that person who you haven't even verified their identity? For all you know, they could be cat.
Well, I mean, like, he is wrong for that, I guess, but, like, as the judge says, right, legally wise, it would be considered implicit consent, right? Like, legally wise, it is implicit consent. I mean, like to me, obviously, that's not enough, right? Like, for me, you have to get, like, explicit consent, not for every single piece of whatever, but generally enough to the point where you can kind of get a handle on what is okay to share and what is not okay to share after, like, a while of like dating and like having sex and whatever the fuck and recording, right? Like because you have to build rapport, right? You have to build trust between two people in order to know like exactly what the other person is okay with when it comes to recording shit, right? Or sharing shit. So yeah, like in my opinion, yeah, I do actually think Destiny did wrong here, right? By not going for explicit consent, right? But like for me, if I ever did what Destiny 2, fuck me, dude. That would be, I would feel guilty about it for like for years. Not years, but for a long time at least. I have that I have that fucking OCD, you know? I have that fucking OCD guilt thing, okay? Alright? I say edgy shit all the time because I need to counter that OCD, okay? Alright? The OCD is making me way too fucking guilty, alright? Way too fucking just and principled. Alright? I need to be less principled, okay? It's holding me back.
Fishing you. What's the foreseeability then, retard?
I'm too nice off stream, okay? That's the truth.
But apparently everybody's like, oh, they would have just stopped asking questions at this time. I said 17, 18, 19. I also went out of my way to highlight how she was very possibly underage.
Well, yeah, but it's different because
he himself said to me directly, man, I'm really scared that she might be underage because that's the only thing that'll sink me here. I can sweep the rest of it away. But if she's under 18, I can't sweep that away.
Because, well, you know, there was consent there or whatever. And it's like, what is the difference here? Like, even if
sure
it was
not
non-consensual, like,
way.
isn't like what foreseeability is what we're talking about, right? So that would mean that sending anything, because the oh my god,
Yeah, foreseeability. For the foreseeability of sending it to a child, a person who you couldn't get to fly to your place because their parents wouldn't let them, right? Is that not correct, Destiny? Would that not have been concerning to you that when you asked her to meet you in real life, she said, my parents won't let me fly to you? Was that concerning to you, or did you think that that wasn't a big deal?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Why are you trying to pedo jacket him now? There's gonna be people in their early 20s who still live at home with their parents, and their parents have like a helicopter parent kind of like grasp over them, even though they're allowed to use the internet, okay? Listen, this is especially a thing in some fucking crazy households, okay? Obviously, it's a stupid fucking control tactic, but there's obviously like fucking abusive parents that like monitor their adult children a little bit way too much. This absolutely happens, right? Because they still view their adult children like a fucking child. So, no, I mean, like, the thing is that you would only say this because you have like you don't have real world experience over any kind of relationships or hookups or anything, okay? So, you know, you wouldn't know.
her lawyers are so her lawyers are
That's
so
what I'm
cringe.
thinking, yeah.
I feel like that when they
Like you really don't think that the fucking parental monitoring, like fucking software installing people, because some parents install like fucking parental locks and like stalking their kids through like software and shit, and making sure that what they're searching up is like okay with them, like fucking obsessive stalking over their own kids. Yeah, like that's totally a thing, actually.
it felt like they thought they were in a TV show, and they're like asking me these questions, like they have like these killer gotchas, and they're like the dumbest gotchas in the world. It's like, bro, I don't remember how much of this I talked about. But he's like,
Although to be
you
fair, she has
testified
OnlyFans
today
shit.
that you actually
OnlyFans just
didn't
has
have
asked
your law firm
permission.
contact Kiwi Farm. So did you lie earlier when you said that you
That's
did?
cooked.
And I'm like, I had my assistant contact that. My assistant is not my lawyer. And then every time they would get like shut down in a line of questioning, the
Okay. Who hears these like little tidbits of testimony and is like, oh, Destiny totally crushed it. Destiny killed it.
judge like picks his papers up and he like shuffles them. I can tell that he's like aborted a whole line of questioning.
Oh, she's not actually OF?
Because the judge shuffled papers? Okay.
Also, I definitely wouldn't let my teen fly to a different continent to meet a stranger, even if they're like 19, right? Like, yeah, I mean, for sure. I would like try to dissuade them or punch them in the gut.
Wow.
Kidding.
Given that Jane also sent your videos without your consent, do you not have a good chance of winning, even if hypothetically you sent videos after
Wait,
the
you're a
party date?
mother?
Like, does that
Oh,
be
based.
even matter
Another
beyond
mother
keeping the guests
now.
alive? Even if the Abby stuff was true, which it's not, but
I don't think has he outright stated she didn't have his consent or something? Because I believe that's not true at all.
even if it was, there are still like a bunch of other issues that you would even have to fight to get
Oh, I didn't even listen to
videos
the
after the
question.
party.
Hold
Given
on,
that
let me-
Jane also sent your videos without your consent, do you not have
Selling
a good
pictures
chance of
with
winning,
her
even if hypothetically you sent videos after the party date? Like, does that be even matter beyond keeping the guests alive? Even if the Abby stuff was true, which it's not, but even if it was, there are still like a bunch of other issues that you would even have to fight to get to a win, let alone damages. But it's technically. I don't. I'm trying to think of.
Everybody here, everybody in this chat, obviously is just under a total framing of like Destiny's the complete victim here. Destiny's the total victim.
Actually, I don't even know how that would work.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, let's say some law was passed in 2024 that said you can't say "fuck you" to somebody, and let's say somebody says "fuck you" in 2023, and then in 2024 someone's like, "Well, fuck you." Could you sue the second person? I don't know how that works. I'm not sure.
Okay. The fuck. Image from the profile leaks. Gotcha.
I hope there is an unclean hands defense on the basis of her sending her videos. Okay, I don't like that this fucking meme gets passed around so much because people keep saying this. People keep saying this thing. It's like, okay, well, Destiny might have done a bad thing, but she did a bad thing too. No! That means that nobody did a bad thing.
No, it doesn't.
Like, people say two wrongs don't make a right, but in some circumstances, they kind of do. For instance, if one side is being accused of raping a party...
Oh, I disagree with Destiny, too. Oh, fuck. Should I get into it? Yeah, like, I mean, well, is he talking about legally or is he talking about morally? He might be talking about legally.
And then it turns out, actually, no, the other side wanted to rape the other person. That doesn't mean that two people raped each other. That just means they had sex, right? So
no. Okay, I don't even agree with that. What? What? Do you think in like one sexual session, like one person could be forcing themselves on top of each other, like in a very toxic, like, okay, let's just consider a boyfriend and a girlfriend in a toxic abusive relationship, okay? When they have sex, could it be the case that they're trying to like gain dominance over each other in a fucking sexual struggle of some kind, right? And in that sexual struggle, there are moments in the sexual encounter where one person is clearly raping the other, and there's another moment where the other person is raping the other. How do we know that's not the case, right? That can totally be the case, actually, right? Like for example, there's like, okay, let's just say we have two gay retards, okay? So let's just say one of them is named Wintermute, okay? I'm kidding. All right, listen. Let's just say one of them is called Winterbutte, okay? Winterbutte. Binterbutte, okay? All right, or something like that. That sounds consensual. Well, I mean, well, okay, but let's just say, given the instance that like it's a toxic abusive relationship. No, you can't imagine that. That's a toxic abusive relationship and they have hate sex? Right? I mean, maybe legally, obviously, you know, they would probably be not guilty, right? Because that's just too much. That's just too much to go through, right? But are you sure that, like, for example, if two people were abusing each other, does that mean they both consent to the abuse? Right? Does that make sense?
Huh?
Hate sex isn't rape, not even attempted rape. No, but I'm just saying, let's just say it was a scenario in hate sex where you and your partner hate each other. All right, so one person just decides to rape, okay? Like put in the fucking penis in, okay, before the other person is ready. It's like, no, don't put it in, okay, and puts it in, okay? And then later on, and then the other person just accepts it. The victim just accepts it, okay? And then later on, the other person is like, in their mind, they're like, okay, I gotta get revenge now. I gotta get revenge. So I gotta rape them back. So it pulls out the penis and then also rams in from the other person. You don't think that could happen? Where you can have two rapes from different sides in like one sexual session? You don't think that could happen? I don't know. I guess we would just have to agree to disagree, dude. I don't know, dude. Like the thing is that, like, I don't, like, let's just say they never talked about this beforehand, okay? No communication. Like, literally no communication, okay? Listen, I'm just being like, it's technically possible. Whatever, man. He's saying sometimes two wrongs do kind of make a right. Okay, if two, okay, dude, I don't fucking know. Oh my god.
Okay,
Oh,
hold on. But that's not the
yeah,
thing
legal
here.
perspective.
Like, what if we just said I stole $300 from somebody and they stole $300 from me? Well, that means no crime was committed. No, retard! That does mean 2 crimes were committed. What are we talking about? It's not okay to steal from somebody so long as they stole from you. What?
Really, Torontos don't make a right.
Also,
Sure.
the idea of like,
Yeah, I mean, okay, here's another example, right? Okay, so someone killed your father. Now you want to take revenge on the person who killed your father. You took your revenge. You killed the person who killed your father instead of going to a court of law. Okay? All right, Inigo Montoya. Does that mean you did something right? Okay, morally speaking, you could have done something right, okay? Maybe that person was a total asshole. You gotta kill him, okay? And maybe he was gonna kill more daddies, all right? Dude, we have a shortage of daddies in the world, okay? They all go to the milk store and they don't return, all right? Speaking from personal experience, of course.
a rape would be like you doing an act together in the same room. These weren't acts done together in the same room. Let's see how DGG responds to that totally idiotic hypothetical. It cancels out. He's right. They kind of do. He's right.
Like, if there's an agreement or discussion before rape each other,
Okay, DGG
2 wrongs
L
make a
then,
right.
Literally
Mhm.
L.
Oh, this guy, I think
that just means they had sex, right? So like, if there's an agreement or discussion beforehand about like, you know, who do we send these videos to, or what is the policy around this, and then there was an agreement and then an understanding at least there.
If 2 people change clothes, they didn't steal from each other. No. But changing clothes suggests that it is consensual, right? Like we're just swapping clothes, right? That seems like consensual, or at least some kind of like implied consent, right, or something, right? Like it's like, okay, cool, here you go, right? But the thing is, how would you not understand what D is saying here? Yes, he's like arguing from a legal perspective. Okay, you have implied consent or some shit like that, right? Where, okay, we're both sharing nudes of other people, you know, in private or something because to goon off to, and we didn't make it clear whether or not we asked for permission. So therefore, if I share your nudes with another person, then, you know, technically it's right or whatever. Right, that's what you're saying. Yes, I know what you're saying. Okay,
right?
This is just sad. It's sad to like not
It
understand.
doesn't mean like, oh, I guess both sides violated agreement. It's like, oh, well, the agreement was probably not what this one person who's lied about like 20 different things has presented it as, you know?
Who lied about 20 different things. Did they really? They really lie about 20 different things? Oh, okay. All right.
No,
Wait. I wanted to pull something up for this.
Sure.
Let
He
me
is
find
retarded.
it. Let me find it. Lying about 20 different things. Let me check it out. I think I have a little link for this. I'll start looking through some of his statements because it's just like crazy how he does some of these things. I think it's these logs where he talks about the pixie thing, right?
Listen to me, okay? If you're here to see me agree with Destiny on every single point, I'm sorry, that's just not happening, okay? Sorry, okay? Listen, I know that I always joke about, like, dick-sucking Destiny, and honestly, I kind of do, okay? but look, okay? Look, alright? I'm me, okay? I'm me.
Is this the logs? Oh yeah, I think she gave 3 different answers. So he just talks about, this is the pixie thing, right? Okay, hold on, but let's read from the bottom. Oh, he basically throws Kyla under the bus too. I didn't even see this from before. Oh my goodness.